I took the faulty motherboard out. This is a faulty motherboard, the one that died. I've put my other motherboard that works to one side. So this is the one that was in the case. I took it out. I've been going over all my videos that I do recently. And one of the things I did notice when I was doing testing was that most of the tests that I was doing previously, I was doing with the bad memory stick in, right? And the motherboard wouldn't respond. There was only one time when I swapped the memory stick out and put the other memory stick in. Now, what I want to do is try the original memory in a different slot, right? Because there's always a possibility that it wasn't seating right when I did that test and it wouldn't boot. So if I put this memory in a blue slot, I think the blue slot will have a higher speed. I think, don't quote me on that, but I think the blue slots are for overclocking, but this is not overclocked. So I'm going to put it in the blue, I think it's slot number 2. Actually, can't even see. Where's the designation number? Where is it? Ah, right, DIMM A1 is at the top, A2, B1, B2. So right, it's in B1. DIMM B1. So I've got it in B1. And I want to see if it will, oh yeah, there's no heatsink on, because the heatsink's still on the other motherboard. But I'm not worried about that, because if this if this doesn't start up, I'm not going to worry about a heatsink, because it's going to be stone cold, isn't it? And these CPUs have got thermal shutdown built into them anyway. All I want to see is if it posts, because remember, this is the one I took the CMOS chip out, the BIOS chip. This is the one I took the BIOS chip out when it got mangled up. Well, it got pulled out one side. Put it back in, but the chip's fine. It's not cracked or anything. It's fine. The pins didn't fall off, thank God. Anyway, so if this, I put a different CPU. You know the CPU that came with the other motherboard, the motherboard number 3, which works fine. This was the 4-core CPU, and I took out the 4-core CPU. I had some weird things going on with that actually. When I put the 6-core CPU in, it worked better. So the recent 6-core CPU I recently purchased, the second 6-core CPU, is now in the good motherboard, right? This is the 4-core, so I haven't tried it with the 4-core in there. So I'm going to see what happens. So everything else is unplugged. It's not plugged into the case anymore. There's nothing connected in, no USB connections. So this is the difference. This is the difference. It's not connected to the case in any way, apart, obviously. We've only got the USB stick for the keyboard. And I want to see if it'll boot. Now, I put a CMOS battery in. And I'm curious, if it doesn't boot now, then the motherboard's definitely knackered. Yeah, because we want a different power supply. Same power supply I was using on the other motherboard that's good. Alright, let's turn this thing on, monitor on. I need to make sure my keyboard's handy. Oh, I won't need to do it, it's not going to boot anyway. Hang on, oh, there it is. The monitor took ages to come on. Right. So, I'm trying to back this out a bit more, so we can get more of a view. Hang on, get a better view. Right, okay. There's the motherboard, there's the monitor. Let's see what happens. Will it turn on? Or is it totally dead? Turn this on. Lights on. Turn it on. The fan started up. What? You kidding me? You kidding me? This motherboard was dead. Can you see that? This motherboard was dead. And it's working. Ah! Ah! What? I don't believe this. This motherboard was dead. I've got 2 working motherboards. Oh shit, what's it done? It shut down. It just shut down. Oh, CPU temperature. Let me check. Oh yeah. Ah, yes, CPU. We need the fan and the heatsink. Holy shit. Oh. I'm going to get the fan and the heatsink. Hang on. Hang on, I've got to pause. I can't get the heatsink off. Hang on. I'm glad I recorded that. Oh my god, I don't believe it. Alright, there's enough thermal paste on here for the test anyway. I'm not going to fight about putting more thermal paste on everything. Holy crap. This is unbelievable. I don't believe it. I tried for ages to get this damn thing to boot. It wouldn't not boot. I almost put this motherboard in the scrap bin. I was about to send it off to somebody. I'll get this damn thing located. Why is it not going down? Am I located right? I'm trying to get in the catch in the thing. Ah. I can't see what I'm doing. Too dark in here. Ah, right, get that one on. This one's a bit more lit up this end. Right, get you one. Right, get this fan plugged in. Right, let's try this again. This is nuts. I just don't believe it. Right, turn it on. Turn that on. It's freaking working. No, I put a 4 core in. Didn't I? maybe I did put the 6 core that was faulty in. Hang on. I thought it was faulty, but it's not. Hang on. Oh, the 4 core's in here. Duh. So I did put the 6 core that I thought was dead works. So it's not the CPU. It was all because of that freaking memory. It was all because of that freaking memory stick. That bad memory. Oh. Unbelievable. I'm standing right beside myself here because I just can't believe it. After all that frigging, all them episodes of videos I was doing trying to figure out what killed my motherboard, I feel like such an idiot. You know, you do. You feel, it's not going to boot because there's no hard drive. Let me, hang on, let's plug this hard drive in. See what happens. We've got 1 stick of memory. Turn it off. Oh, I've got to set BIOS up, haven't I? Yeah, I've got to set BIOS up first anyway. This is... I don't know. This is nuts. F1 run setup. So I've got 2 M5A78L-M motherboards, and look, it's got the BIOS version of 2101 on it, right? Which I don't like. The BIOS version, top right hand corner, here. I'm going to get that off and put the other BIOS on, the same as the other motherboard, because it's more compatible. I like it better. The 2001 BIOS. I think they updated this BIOS to make it more compatible with Windows 10 or Windows 7 or something. And I don't use Windows anymore. I use Linux. So it's more suited for me to use the version 2001. So I'm gonna do a live stream later on, because this video is gonna get too big. But I'm going to do a live stream later on and we'll go through all of that. First of all, I just want to make sure it's stable though. Just a minute, let's see what. So it's the 20. What time is it? 03:24. What is it? The date is 28. Oh, this is backwards, isn't it? So it's 07. 29. 20, oops, 2025. Right, so I just wanted to set that up. Got the wrong mouse here. Just a minute, I need to get the other mouse. Oh, what am I saying? I don't need a freaking mouse, silly me. Right, okay, let's set this all back up again. Leave that as is. You know something else as well today? I thought it was junk, and I took the onboard graphics heatsink off the motherboard, and the thermal paste on it was dry as anything. It was absolutely dry. So I cleaned it off and I put some fresh thermal paste on it. I put some fresh thermal paste on it. And maybe that did it, I don't know. I have no idea. Configuration. Just checking everything. set these up right. We're on internal graphics right now. Yeah, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes. But this is nuts. I'm just glad it's working. It means I've got two. It means I've got two motherboards now. That's cool. I've got three actually with my old one. I'm so happy that this motherboard is working and not knackered, you know what I mean? I honestly have no idea why it refused to boot before. When I tried that one stick of memory, it must have been dirt on the contacts or something. Right, power. I want the fan on turbo. Right, I've saved that. Okay, I've saved the BIOS, updated it. So the next time I plug that hard drive, it should boot from that other hard drive. Even though it was installed on the other motherboard, it should be alright. Especially since it never killed it, did it? I thought it had killed it, but it hasn't. Weird. Well, it's not going to boot, obviously, because I've got no hard drive plugged in. That was interesting. I need to plug a graphics card in though. Anyway, right, we know it works. So I'm going to go because this video will be too big for me to upload it because it'll be like 2 or 3 gigabyte and I'm not going to spend all my time at re-editing it all. I'm too busy with this other stuff, right? Too busy trying to build this damn computer, right? Alright, so the dead motherboard is not dead. It came back from the dead. It's alive. It's alive. See you later, bye.